Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. We sure appreciate you guys coming on with us when you can, and we sure love to say hello to some dear friends, and we'll do that again today. And for those, maybe if you could, as you get your notifications, just let me know if this is your first time. We always want to say hello to new people. Okay, so let's see who's coming up here first. And in this afternoon session, let's see here. Donna, Park Hill, numero uno today. How are you? And Lisa, how are you, Lisa? First time, Lisa, or not? Kathy, Fran, how are you? And Fran saying it's snowing big time. Karen in Peterborough. Wendy from Markham. Faye, how are you? And Nick from our staff. Morning or afternoon, Nick is on with us usually. Madeleine, how are you? John from Elgin, Illinois. Rita, good afternoon. I almost said good morning. Muriel de Hearst, Ontario. Georgie. Chantal, Ottawa. Bruno, bonjour. Marlo, Ottawa. Rosemary, Moncton, New Brunswick. Danny, how are you? Lisa Marie, nice to have you on. Sharon, first time live from Manitoba. Sharon, welcome. Vonda, how are you? Nice to have you guys on. When you come on for the first time, we just like to, hey, Wendy, another Wendy. Mary Ann, London, Donna, and Crystal. Lots of snow. Yeah, I hear that. Carrie, Nebraska. How about you, Carrie? Any snow in Nebraska? Donna, Vancouver Island. Barbara, Kansas. Diane, Thunder Bay. Lorraine, Oshawa. Lise, how are you? Francis from Vaughan. Karen, snowy Coldwater. And Darlene, Saskatchewan. Donna, another Donna. We love Donnas. Dave, how are you? From Muskoka. And Dale, how is you? Denise, Chatham, Kent. Francis and Rhoda. Patricia, Calgary. Nativity. And Lucan, Ontario. I know where that is. Shelley, Sherwood Park, Alberta. Claudia, how are you? From Brassard, Quebec. Bonjour. Catherine. Marianne, been shoveling all day. Bonnie. Etta, how are you? And hey, there's my buddy, Dr. Troy Bennett in Newfoundland. Lori Lee, howdy. Linda, Waterloo. Nice to have you on. Clinton. Sheridan, Wyoming. Patricia, -10 in Calgary. Rosa, hello. I know in Sudbury it was really bad. Judy. Rachel. Adeline. Okay. Rita. You like the blue shirt, Rita? Oh, good. Carol, Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. Sherry, how are you from Mississauga? Etta. Mary, Cape Breton. And Kathy from Newfoundland. We love you guys in Newfoundland. Okay, let's get going. Okay, let me just see. Got a couple of studies here I wanted to talk about today. Spending 10.6 hours a day sitting. Okay, a lot of people do that. You know, I think about my life. I spend a lot of time sitting in my office. I mean, you're sitting with patients. You can't be just walking around. And sitting there listening and, testing them and then talking to them. Spent a lot of days sitting, okay? Now listen to this. Spending 10.6 hours a day sitting or lying down is linked to a higher risk of cardio death, even for those who exercise regularly, okay? Now, I'm going to show you something on another study that'll go along with this. And it really encourages, if you've got to sit at your job and you're sitting for a long period of time, it's just the way it is for you, right? Here's something that, here's something that, a separate study, but it's very much linked. Performing 10 body weight squats. Do you know what I mean by that? A body weight squat? Just squatting. Like you're going to sit down in a chair without sitting down in a chair and go as far as you can. One of the things that I use for squatting is bands. Or the TRX. Have you ever seen those? And you can do a squat without having weights. Just do your body weight and squat down. And go as far as you can. You know, you got bad knees or whatever, you can't go as far, or bad hips or whatever. But listen to what they're saying. If you, during the day, perform 10 body weight squats every 45 minutes, during an 8.5 workday, it outperforms a single 30-minute workout in regulating blood glucose. So that's something that maybe, sit and watch TV at night or whatever, and not a bad idea. Get up, do a few body squats. You might have to hold on to a desk or something and just squat. Very, very good for you, because the bad news is if you are sitting, it's not good. Like they're saying, if you spend 10.6 hours a day sitting or lying down, is linked to a higher risk of cardio death, even for those who exercise regularly. And I do, guys. I exercise regularly. Okay? But I sit a lot, and I used to sit a lot of time. When I was in daily practice, way too much. Okay? So very interesting. Okay, let me just see here. If I had another study. Oh, I was looking on, just reading a study about tattoos. Don't get one. Now, I've never had a tattoo. I know it's become very popular, but this doctor was saying, look, you never get rid of that stuff. You got toxins coming in your body all the time. Okay? So, the moral of the story was, if you don't have one, get one. And this doctor actually recommended you had them removed. Okay, anyway, not going to spend a lot of time on this. Here's where I wanted to spend more time. Having a low omega-3 index is more strongly associated with all-cause mortality. So that's one, okay? So just having low omega-3 index, okay? They can actually measure it. And if you have a low one, they're saying that it's very strongly associated with all-cause mortality. Interesting, isn't it? Now, I want to bring you the Trinity as far as anti-aging. As far as if you combine these three, I brought this to you maybe a couple of years ago. I'm trying to remember. But this is new research that sort of confirms old research. That if you combine omega-3, EPA, and DHA, and you know me, guys, I'm big on the DHA part. Huge. I have been preaching DHA for so many years. I can't even remember how early in my practice days I was telling people to take omega-3, and especially the DHA. Get that DHA. Why your brain's made up of DHA? Yeah. Your brain's made up of it. So read your labels, guys, when you look at omega-3. I'm big on that. But, okay, here, let's get back to the studies, okay? New research showing the trinity of omega-3, vitamin D, and vitamin E. Now, if this is your first time on the Doctor Is In podcast, okay, you might not know what vitamin E is. I have my own list of vitamins, okay? I kicked some out and I replaced them with something superior. Now, vitamin E, I remember studying vitamin E in the 1970s. There was cardiologists out of London, Ontario, the Shute brothers. And I studied under them for a bit on vitamin E. And I liked it. The research was good and cardio and whatever. But the real vitamin E is not vitamin E. The real vitamin E, and we kicked out the old vitamin E and put in the new one because it's more effective and better for you. You know what it is? Exercise. Exercise. And so this new study, this new research showing anti-aging, anti-cancer, it reduces cancer by 61%. It reduces frailty. I think somebody was on our private Facebook group today talking about maybe taking calcium. Don't take calcium. I'm not big on calcium supplements. You don't need calcium. You need vitamin D with K2. Eat your calcium. It's not that I don't like calcium. I love calcium. I just don't want you to supplement with it. I want you to eat it. The best way to get your calcium is to eat eggs, meat, and cheese. And God put vitamin K2 right in those foods. You see, vitamin K2 is not found in the plant kingdom. It's only found in the animal kingdom. So when you eat an egg, you're getting calcium. Did you know that? Yeah. But with its perfect partner, K2, you're eating meat. Calcium. What, Doc? Yeah, there's a lot of calcium in meat. Oh, yeah, there is? Yeah. With its perfect partner, K2. And, of course, everybody knows about dairy and calcium, right? Like butter, you know me, eggs, meat, and cheese. Or cream. Lots of calcium in that. Yes, but with its perfect partner. Because you want the calcium to end up in your bones, not in your bloodstream. You don't want calcium in your bloodstream. You don't want to harden your arteries. You take a supplement of calcium, well, it's not going to get to the intended destination. Okay? So, back to this research. The trinity, the trifecta of anti-aging, of anti-cancer, 61%. Now tell me, the three are, okay, omega-3. And I know I saw some, it was on our private Facebook group, Doc, what do you think of this? And I always laugh because you guys always give the answer. I don't even have to go on there and give an answer. You know what a lot of you said? When they were sort of poo-pooing omega-3 and the supplementation of omega-3, you don't need omega-3. And anyway, they said, well, this will give Dr. Martin a migraine. True. Like, when I read stupidity like that. But, guys, this is a very, very big study showing that you can reduce cancer, all cancers, by 61% if you do the trifecta of omega-3, and we posted this many a time. We posted what omega-3 DHA does to a tumor. It's a Trojan horse. It destroys it. But the combination of omega-3 and having an elevated omega-3 index and having optimized vitamin D, the sun. And when you can't get the sun, you take vitamin D. It's inexpensive. You need it. Every cell in your body's got an antenna looking for it. And it boosts your immune system. And yada, yada, yada. Is there anything that vitamin D is not good for? I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. Man, I'll tell you. I think I used to get tired of listening to myself in the office, telling patients, okay, doc, what should I do? Well, you go home and start taking vitamin D. Did you hear me? You're low. You don't have enough. You need it. Now get going and take some vitamin D with K2. Guys, listen. You do that combination, and I know many of you do. I'm preaching to the choir this afternoon. That combination of taking omega-3, and guys, if I was you, I'd be taking our high DHA. There ain't anything better than that. They're just not. The amount of DHA we put in that capsule, my word. But it lubricates. It's anti-inflammatory. Lubricates your blood vessels. And that's important for your eyes, for your brain. Optimize your omega-3, vitamin D, and vitamin E. The real vitamin E. Exercise. Okay? Move. Move. You sit too long during the day, ain't your fault. If you can do 10 body squats every 45 minutes, apparently it's just unbelievably good for you. I love walking. Walk. I love weightlifting. I do. I'm a weightlifter. I do resistance. I use bands a lot. You know those, stretching bands? I got them right here. If I could leave the set here for a minute, I'd go get it and show you what I do. Maybe I'll do a live showing you some of the exercise I do for a 73-year-old. Okay? Because I want to be strong. I understand the importance of muscle. Not just moving, because some people, they don't understand. They're sarcopenic. They don't have enough muscle. The more research we do on muscle, the more we understand the importance of it. Unbelievable. Okay? Isn't that an interesting study? Reducing cancer by 61% and frailty. That's a big issue. You get older, you don't want to break a hip. How many people have osteoporosis? And one of the biggest factors, again, in osteoporosis, it's not calcium per se. It's they don't have muscle. Muscle, guys, anchors your bones. The stronger your muscles, the more your bone has to hold on to that muscle. The muscle attaches into that bone, and the bone builds. You get bone building with muscle. It's one of the huge issues as people get older. My age. Okay? I want to be strong, guys. Okay. 10 body weight squats. Okay? Good idea. I like it. But anything you do in exercise will be good. Anything's beneficial, just some things are more beneficial. Okay, let me see now. Oh, this was a new one. Talked about this before, but the gut microbiome. Okay, so we're going back to the microbiome. Guys, the research on the microbiome now, your bacteria. That's, if you wonder what, it's just bacteria that you don't see. You've got not millions, not billions. You got trillions of bacteria in your body. Okay? And they're important. And it's an ecosystem. And as long as it's balanced, you got bad guys, you got good guys. But as long as it's balanced, you're good. That's really important. But the study is showing, again, we knew this, but it is relatively new anyways, is how does the gut microbiome communicate with the brain? The vagus nerve. Now, not Las Vegas, okay? Not spelt the same. It's the vagus nerve, your 10th cranial nerve, connects. So I always tell people, you'll understand this, okay? You get butterflies in your stomach. You ever had that? Somebody's told you to go, you got to make a speech. That's one of the biggest fears, by the way, is public speaking, okay? So you get butterflies. You got to test. You got to go to the doctor. The doctor called you in. You get butterflies. You know how that happens? That's the vagus nerve. That's the connection between your brain and your gut. And now they're showing that connection, okay, is really works through bacteria, not just the nerve. The bacteria talking to each other from the gut to the brain through the cranial nerve, 10th cranial nerve. Isn't that interesting? You got a microbiome in your gut mostly. And this can be disrupted, the microbiome. You know that. We've talked about this. I don't know how many podcasts I've done on leaky gut. 100? Probably. I've got 3 seeds of disease. Okay? And Tony Jr. and I, when we were in practice together, we talked all the time. Okay? We'd put our heads together, and he's smart like his mother. And we would talk about stuff, and we said, we just, because of all our clinical experience, we talked about, what is happening in the world today? Why is it, here we are, in the 2020s, or we were talking about this before then, but why is it that we're sicker than ever? Why? We live in countries that should be healthier than horses, and we're sicker than ever. And, we wrote about it. We wrote a book, 2 Hormones That Want You Dead. That was in 2014. In 2011, we wrote a book, 2 Hormones That Want You Dead was 2014. 2011, I think, Secrets That Your Doctor Won't Share With You. Or that might have been earlier than that. I've got to look up my books. But anyway, we talked about it. We got down to the 3 seeds of disease. Okay? Leaky gut. Leaky gut, leaky brain. Leaky gut, leaky skin. Leaky gut, leaky lungs. Leaky gut, leaky everything, just about. And one of the biggest factors in leaky gut is antibiotic use. I said it in the 70s. I said it in the 80s. I said it in the 90s. I said it. I didn't say don't take an antibiotic, but what I was saying is Antibiotics are the greatest discovery of the 20th century and the curse of the 21st. I made that up, guys. That was me in my office. When you disrupt that microbiome, and it affects everything in your body. You get garbage in your body because your blood was meant to be pristine. And when you get stuff sneaking in the gut to the blood, the gut-blood barrier, and when you disrupt that microbiome, from mental health to cancer to you name it, get affected by that. I heard a guy this afternoon, I was listening to a guy on a podcast, and he was talking about in his opinion, all cancer was parasites, mold, bacteria, or sugar. He said 4 things. All cancers are parasites, mold, okay? I would add a few things, but he was saying, bacteria. But it makes sense, a lot of it, because leaky gut, yeast, fungus, mold. It gets into your bloodstream. It can become systemic. And by the process of fermentation, we talked about this in cancer. And then you add sugar. Add sugar. Cancer needs fuel. Add sugar. So even if it's a parasite, I always used to tell people, well, doc, what about parasites? Well, I said, get on probiotics. Get on oil of oregano, anti-parasitic, and don't feed the bears. Don't give them sugar. Don't give yeast sugar. Don't give a parasite sugar. It needs junk food. It don't eat steak. It doesn't like eggs. It don't like cheese. It don't like bacon. It likes sugar. And so does cancer. Okay? Interesting. So when we talked at the Martin Clinic, we talked about leaky gut. We talked about insulin wants to kill you. Insulin. And then we added the free radical, the oxidation, the rusting out of the body. It's a big killer. And we're all rusting out. But it's at the speed at which you do it that's important. Okay. Little shorter version today. Interesting studies, right? Tomorrow is what? Question and answer Friday. It's not too late, guys. Send your questions in to info@martinclinic.com. info@martinclinic.com. Send in your questions. I love your questions. I love this audience. With all my heart, I do. I love you guys because you're smart. I love you guys because you have an open mind. Okay? I'm off a little in terms of, mainstream and, doc, we don't hear this so much. Yeah, but that's all right. Isn't it wonderful we have a venue that we can talk like this? Give you information? Then you decide. Okay. Now, how many of you are doing the reset? Let us know. We want to encourage you. Okay? Man, oh man, I can't get over how good that is for you. Every patient, do the reset. What? Do the reset. 30 days. You'll thank me later. Okay? You'll thank me later. Okay. Okay, guys, we love you dearly and sincerely, and we'll talk to you soon.